Alternative energy resources. For the learning objectives, at the end of this chapter, the student should be able to 1. Identify alternative energy resources aside from fossil fuels. 2. Evaluate the advantage and disadvantage of using different energy resources. 3. Determine the appropriate energy resource for a particular location or setting. 4. Relate the use of alternative energy to the mitigation of climate change. And 5. Assess the renewable energy resources being used in the Philippines. Since the onset of industrialization, there has been continuous demand for energy. Most of the world energy consumption comes from fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas. There are non-renewable or finite energy resources that may run out. Aside from being non-renewable, the increased utilization of fossil fuels damage the environment in various ways. The increase of emission of greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide, negatively affects the Earth's climate. There is now a need of alternative energy resources that are renewable and less harmful to the environment. Renewable energy technologies are sustainable and may provide energy security and climate change mitigation. And this is the renewable energy resources. Solar energy. Solar energy harnesses the sun's energy for industrial processes, buildings, transportations, and electricity. So this is the solar energy diagram. Solar radiance from the sun, load, solar panel, and electron flow. So solar thermal energy. Solar thermal system collect and transform solar energy into high temperature solar energy that can be used directly or converted to electricity. Two methods are employed to this technology is central receiver system and solar thermal plant. The central receiver system, also called central power tower, consists of a huge array of computer-controlled mirrors called heliostates that track the sun and focus sunlight, a central collection tower. So, the solar thermal plant. The solar thermal plant collects the sun's energy and pumps water to the receiver where the thermal energy heats the water to form steam. The concentrated sunlight can generate a temperature high enough to produce steam to run turbines and generated electricity. And photovoltaic PV cells or solar source. Solar energy can be converted directly into electrical energy using modules composed of PV cells or solar cells. A solar cell is a transparent panel containing semiconducting material with a thickness ranging from less than human hair into sheet of paper. PV devices use sunlight and cause electrons in the semiconductor to flow, creating an electric current. There are two categories of solar cells devices, which is concentration system and flat plate. The concentration system uses direct sunlight and lenses or curved mirror to focus radiation onto highly efficient solar cells. And the flat plate system, which is utilized the whole incident solar radiation, including diffuse solar rays. Solar cells are long-lasting and require little maintenance, and it is also effective as a sustainable energy devices as it does not generate pollution. And solar panels. Solar building technologies include active and passive heating and cooling system. The active heating system provides hot water and space heating for residential or commercial buildings, and it uses a collector that receives or absorbs the incident solar energy and transfers into a working fluid for direct use or storage. And the other one is the active cooling system. Includes a solar desiccant system that uses a drying agent to absorb water vapor in building air circulation. And the other one is the passive heating and cooling system, use little to mechanical assistance and utilize the building's design to manage the temperature. Passive heating technologies include thermal storage walls, sun spaces, and rainwater harvesting roofs. And the passive cooling. The technologies include use of insulated and low emissivity building materials, landscaping methods, and air cooling tubes that use soil temperature. And solar cookers. The solar cookers focus on concentrate light to cook food and even pasteurize drink. This technology is inexpensive and may be used for both small and large scale requirements. The conventional solar cooker is made by fitting an insulated box big enough to hold 3 to 4 pots with a transparent top. And the one is the hydroelectricity. Is generated from the movement of water from rivers, streams, and canals. The flow of water can be controlled by dams and reservoirs and release the spin turbines to produce electricity. There are 3 methods to generate hydropower: small scale, large scale, and pump storage hydropower. This small scale method involves a low dam with no reservoir. It is built across a river or stream where the flow of water is used to spin turbines and produce electricity. And the next is the large scale method. It involves a high dam built across a large river to create large pipes that spin turbines and thereby generate electricity. These dams may also be used for irrigation, flood control, navigation, and recreation. The pump storage method is used to cycle water instead of free-flowing water, which is pumped from a lake or water reservoir to another reservoir located at higher elevation using low-cost resources by using surplus electricity. This system is mostly used with electricity demands. And the last is the hydroelectric power plant, which is despite the renewable advantage of environmental and ecological issues such as human displacement and ecological issues such as human displacements with the construction of large dams with water quality may change due to siltation and alteration of the water flows. And this is the end of this report, which is the alternative energy resources.